serve. Fredericksen will serve for Midland. Taken by the Pirates. Gomez throws it out to Meawad. Dug up by Wecker. What a dig by Wecker in the left side attack, and a block at the net. That was Noura Meawad again with the block. Park wins the point. It's a 1-point game for Midland. Well, great job by Mackenzie Wecker. That was heat coming over the net.
That was. She got her hands on it, but Park came up with a point regardless.
Montero serving for the Pirates. Very good libero, and on the slide to O'Dowd. She'll deliver. Priscilla O'Dowd with her second kill. And Midland stays in front 12-10. Back to serve will be Bear. Peterson will play the front row for the Warriors.
I saw the versatility of O'Dowd there. On that slide, she had some offensive choices and went off the block that time.
And a middle hit that time by De Oliveira. De Oliveira with her first kill. De Oliveira, very good middle hitter, 6'2" junior, first team all-conference, transfer from Miami-Dade College. Park with the side out and serve. Peters will flip it over. Diving save and a beauty by the Pirates in the back row. Midland will try to recover. And bumping it over is Peterson. Park will get a free ball to use. Meawad on the left side. Got it. Take that back. Yeah, that was that Meawad? Not sure who that was, but Park wins the point. We're tied at 12.
Well, we'll give it to her. And this is a rotation that is kind of beneficial in some senses for Midland. But their setter is up, which should give Park an opportunity on the left side attack with Peters being in the front row.
Taylor Peterson delivers for Midland, 13-12. Midland gets a side out after Park scored a point on serve. O'Dowd back to serve for the Warriors. O'Dowd, one of the top hitters here at the tournament, hitting .406. That ranks 5th at the championship. And another point for the Warriors. Warriors with the point. They continue to lead 14-12 in this first set. O'Dowd hitting .406, 5th best at the tournament, averaging 4.2 kills per set, 8th best out of the championship field. Diving, saving a beauty by Russell. Outside, Peterson, that's going to be outside the antenna. Peterson and Midland with the attack air. Give credit to Park on the solid attack. And it's a 1-point Midland lead, 14-13.
And that's going to bring Flint off of the Park bench as Nada Meawad goes to the back row to serve. Flint will be playing left side now.
Here is Peterson on the left side for Midland. Puts it away. 4 kills for Taylor Peterson. And Midland has been able to maintain the lead. Park did tie it at 12. But Midland has held the lead most of the way. Serving will be the setter, Peters. Peters down the line. Played by the Pirates. Meawad on the slide to De Oliveira, and Park delivers. De Oliveira with her second kill on the slide in the middle. And Midland with a 1-point lead, 15-14. Court number 1, Columbia with a 1-point lead over Viterbo in that semifinal.
Yeah, slide kind of negated the middle block from Midland, and it was one-on-one between Fredericksen and De Oliveira. And she just took it off Fredericksen's inside hand and onto the court.
Serve receive, taken by Russell. Right side, Morehouse. She'll hit it out of bounds. Point for Park, and we're tied at 15. Tied at 15. Opening set here.
7th hitting air for the Midland Warriors versus 11 kills. They're hitting 138.
This is Santos serving, and the service error by Park. And Santos gives the lead back to Midland. 16-15, Midland back in front. And into serve will be Skosendi. Nicole Skosendi coming into serve with her team up by 1. 16-15, Park used an early timeout. Midland has both timeouts remaining at this point. Both of these teams, the champion of their respective pool. Midland was the champion by way of tiebreak. They went 2-1. Only lost to Columbia. Columbia playing on the other court. Here's Park on the slide. Blocked at the net. Morehouse and Bear combined for the block. And Midland with consecutive points, leading 17-15.
In contrast, kind of to the earlier slide, that one developed a little bit slower. The middle got over on the block and Midland got the point.
Timeout, Park, their final timeout. Coach Mike Telementis wants to talk it over. Timeout called by Park, their final timeout of this first set. Midland with a 17-15 lead. Midland will serve with Skosendi. Once again, Park will dig it up. Gomez throws it outside. Blocked at the net. That was Smith and Morehouse once again. Morehouse with her third block and Midland with its largest lead.
Right now, this is where I think Midland has the blocking advantage. Mentioned it earlier. Quite have the aggressive attack that Meawad has.
And Gomez sends it across. Good play by Gomez after another Midland block. Midland blocked it, but then Gomez on the second ball, her first kill. And Park with a side out. You don't want to lose contact this late in a set. 18-16, it's just a 2-point Midland lead. Here's a serve from Park. Taken by Russell. Peters will run it down. Outside Bear on the left side. Dug up by Meawad. Gomez to the middle, and down it goes. That was Roper with the kill, her second. The two middle hitters for Park, each with 2 kills, De Oliveira and Roper. 18-17, here comes another serve for the Pirates. Cross court, taken by Russell. Peters goes right side to Smith. Diving save and a beauty by Montero. Park on the left side, that's inbounds. Not a lot of room, but boy, Meawad just got it. How that didn't clip the antenna, I don't know. Meawad with the kill, and we're tied at 18.
Yeah, straight down the line. Bent it a little bit into the court. Nicely done. In the middle of that point, there's a really nice block by Flint on the other side versus Smith.
Peterson on the tip. Here's Meawad again. Taken in the back row by Peters. Peterson left side asking for a touch. No, it's not. And Park has scored the last 4 in a row to take a 1-point lead, 19-18. And Coach Paul Gieselman will now call a timeout for his Warriors. Warriors with their first timeout. We'll be back after a short break. Back here at the Tyson Event Center. We are at the 2018 NAIA Volleyball National Championship. Midland calls their first timeout. Park has scored the last 4 points to take their first lead since early on, 1918. Park with a little bit of a push again.
Yeah, and this is a critical point for Midland. Midland's been playing with a lead, not a comfortable lead, but they've managed to keep Park at bay. And now can they get the side out? And they do on the missed serve.
Tied at 19. Good use of the timeout by Coach Paul Gieselman. And in the serve will be Mackenzie Wecker. Wecker back to serve. Serving and defensive specialist for this club. Senior from O'Neill, Nebraska. Wecker serves it to the middle. Back spot out of the middle. That's Roper. Dug by Midland. They can't get the second ball. Roper with her third kill. And Park back in front by 1. 20-19. Going down the stretch. This is a tight one here in set number 1. Rothaker serving for Park. Rebecca Rothaker, a freshman from Kansas City, Missouri, and a missed serve by Park. Oh, no, they're going to overrule. That's an ace. Ace serve by Rothaker. That's a big call. Park takes a 2-point lead, 21-19.
Yeah, a little miscommunication in the back row between Wecker and Russell. Each thought the other was going to take it.
And on the slide to O'Dowd, and O'Dowd puts it away. Her third kill. It's a big point. Midland needed that one, 21-20 to stay within contact. And coming in to serve will be Fredericksen. Fredericksen back to serve to try to tie it at 21 in this first set. Midland has 1 timeout. Park is out of timeouts. Fredericksen cranks on one. Taken by Meawad. And a quick attack to the middle. And down it goes. Roper. Great pass by Meawad in the back row to set up that middle attack.
And then Roper moved right between the blocks. It was a good play by both of them. Ball was put exactly where it needed to be, and she was able to attack quickly before the block got there.
O'Dowd on the slide. Diving save by Park. Throwing it outside to Meawad. Dug up by Fredericksen. Peters outside. That's Bear who comes up with a big kill. Jenny Bear, left side, her second kill, 22-21 in favor of Park. Got a close one over on court number 1 as well. Columbia with a late lead in that first set against Viterbo. Bear serving from the middle side. Back middle it goes. Gomez throws it outside. Meawad has had the hot hand. Knocks over Wecker, but Wecker takes it up somehow. And back to Meawad. She'll crank again, and that time she tools it off the block. Meawad with her second kill. Heavy heat coming from Meawad on that left side.
You have to get that block up against her, or she's going to make it miserable for the back row. The Wecker took the brunt of that time.
Timeout Midland, their final timeout. 23-21 Park late in this first set. Back here at the Tyson Event Center, a kill from Nada Meawad puts Park in front. 23-21 Midland coming out of their final timeout. Both teams out of timeouts. Park with control of serve. That's Fredericksen. Middle attack O'Dowd, dug up by the Pirates. They're going to give chase. Gomez bump set. Here comes a free ball. Midland must convert this. Peters to O'Dowd on the slide. Park saves it. Great play in the back row by the Pirates. Bump set outside. This is Peterson on the left side. Dug up by Montero. Back row attack coming by Park. That was Wecker with the dig. O'Dowd will try it again. Dug up by Park. Gomez outside Meawad. Roll shot. Wecker with a fine dig. Peters, quick attack. O'Dowd. Got it. Wow, what a point, Byron.
That was, and just watching the coordination defensively between De Oliveira in the front row and Noura Meawad in the back row, she just funneled those attacks from O'Dowd to Meawad, and Meawad responded.
A serve by Midland. An ace by O'Dowd, and we're tied at 23. No timeouts by either team. O'Dowd for the lead. Park will dig it up outside Meawad, and she'll crank on it. Little doubt about that one. Meawad with her third kill for the Pirates. Set point coming up for Park. And Meawad will go back to serve. 24-23 is your score in this first set. Meawad, the leader of this Park team. 4 kills. Bump set by Peters. Peterson, tough ball to handle. Cross court, taken by Montero. Outside, this is Flint. Dug up nicely by Russell. Morehouse tools it off the block. Morehouse coming through with a big kill. Big point there. We're tied at 24. And Midland will have another chance to break the tie.
Yeah, Morehouse and Fredericksen in the front row right now for Midland, along with Peterson. Peters is serving.
And Park on the slide to De Oliveira. Blocked back by Morehouse. Joust at the net. Midland will get control. Peters throws it out. O'Dowd from the back row tips it. Covered by Park. Left side. Flint dug up by O'Dowd. Peters gets through. Here's the attack by Fredericksen. Down it goes. Fredericksen sets up set point for Midland. 25-24.
And Midland, nice job there. They were kind of on the defensive a lot of that time and still managed to get the point. Good job by Fredericksen from kind of off the court with that attack.
Set point, Peters serving. Here's De Oliveira, and she'll punch it through for the kill. Her third kill. And we're tied again at 25. Both teams have had set point now. Neither one converted. And into serve will be Santos.
Both teams, if you can run quickly out of serve receive, they're going to likely generate a point. Otherwise, you're in transition, and then you're going back and forth, and that's when the points are getting long right now.
Tied at 25 in this first set. Fredericksen with the pass. Middle attack. That's Peterson. Red at the net. Roper with the solo block. Marin Roper with the solo block. Set point again for Park, leading 26-25.
Yeah, set play for the left side into the middle. And that was read well by Roper. She was on top of that from the get-go. She saw it coming.
And Midland. Here's Peterson on the right side. And that will go down outside the antenna. Great play, though. I know it's not going to be good, but Park somehow got that. But it was outside the antenna and off the court. And give Peterson credit for the kill. That's her fifth.
Set piece that time, they ran Peterson to the right side instead of into the middle on serve receive. Peterson rotates out. We got a front row now of Smith coming in, Morehouse and Bear. Kind of expected here, likely to go to Bear. She'll probably be the primary target for Peters on the Warriors side.
Skosendi serving. Park outside, middle attack to Roper. That's out of bounds. No touch. Set point for Midland, 27-26. This is their second set point, and serving will be Skosendi.
Front row for Park thought there was a touch. Question from the coach to the down official. Not a lot of protestation, just a question.
And it's hit over by Roper. Midland for the win. Got it! Morehouse puts it away for the Warriors. And Midland wins the first set, 28-26. They lead the match 1-0 in this national semifinal. We'll take a quick break. You are listening to NAIA Championship Volleyball on the NAIA Network via Stretch Internet and ESPN3. Back here at the Tyson Event Center, a thrilling first set, won in extra time by Midland. 14th ranked Midland with a 28-26 win over Park, the number 2 seed, and a 1-0 lead in this semifinal match. Over on court 1, it was Columbia winning the first set over Viterbo, 25-22. They are in a second set. By the numbers, Midland hitting 19%, Park at 13%. Each team, blocking-wise, 5 blocks for Midland, 4 for Park. Each team with 1 ace individually. Marin Roper with 4 kills. Nada Meawad with 4 kills. 3 for Paula de Oliveira. Midland led by Taylor Peterson with 5 kills and 4 for Priscilla Adow. The 2 outstanding setters, Jessica Peters with 14 assists for Midland, 11 for Danna Gomes. And in the back, don't forget about those back row players, O'Dowd and Peters with 6 digs each. And for Park, they were led in the back row by Montero with 7 digs. And back and forth, great first set, Byron.
It was an outstanding first set. A couple of things kind of come to mind. First one was that the Warriors were able to defend the private attack more effectively than anybody yesterday was. The Pirates hit over 300 in both of their matches, and now the Warriors have held them to 130. So that's a big benefit for Midland. And the other is that Midland has been able to get O'Dowd going. They have a left side heavy attack. O'Dowd's only been targeted 9 times, and the left sides have been targeted double digits, around 15 times each. So left side heavy for Midland, but very effective coming into the middle.
Mackenzie Wecker to start serving for the Warriors with a 1-0 lead. Best of 5. And an opportunity to go to the national championship match tonight at 7 p.m. Wecker serve misses, and Park opens up a 1-0 lead. Park did not drop a set in pool play. Each of their matches yesterday went to 4 sets. I don't think they have ever trailed here at the championship. Here's the serve by Montero. Right side, Smith. Over the block, down it goes. That is Cheyenne Smith's first kill, and we're tied at 1. Midland, on the other hand, they are 2-1 in pool play. They're 4-1 overall at the championship. They're 13-6 in sets played. Now 14-6 after that first set win. Serving will be Fredericksen. Fredericksen, big serve. Park handles it. This is Meawad on the right side, and she puts it away. That was Noura Meawad, and that is her second kill. And Park with the side out, they lead 2-1. Of course, we could have 2 teams from the American Midwest Conference, Columbia and Park. Part of that conference could be an all-American Midwest final, just as it was a couple seasons ago when Columbia won the title against Missouri Baptist. Park with another point. It's 3-1. Midland trying to advance to the title game for the first time in team history. They've been to the semis once before. Meawad back to serve. This is Noura Meawad, taken by Peters. Here's the slide to O'Dowd. Park digs it up. Here is Nada Meawad, dug over by the Warriors. Gomez has options. She's going to go to the All-American on the left side, the player of the year, 2-time player of the year in the conference, Meawad, and she puts it down for her 5th kill.
Yeah, leads the team in kill efficiency right now. Does Nada Meawad with a 313, but she's been targeted 17 times already in this contest.
Right side attack by Bear, dug up by the Pirates. Another opportunity for Meawad. Midland digs it up, and attack out of the middle goes long by Bear. And Park, with its best run of the match, out to a 5-1 lead. And Midland senses that. They will call a timeout. Timeout called by Midland. We'll be back in a moment. You are listening to the NAIA Volleyball National Championship. Timeout called by Midland. They are down 5-1 against Park. Park trailing the match 1-0. Good push by Park right at the start. And on the slide, that's O'Dowd who puts it away. O'Dowd with her 4th kill. That ends the 4-0 run by the Pirates. 5-2 in favor of Park. Park doing what they needed to do after losing that first set, coming out strong in set number 2. Here's Bear serving. Taking the back row by Montero. Pushed across by De Oliveira. And De Oliveira gets it to go down. Her 4th kill. And Park with the side out. Meawad back to serve for the Pirates.
You are right, Matt. This was the first time Park's been behind in terms of sets.
Meawad serving. Peters tries to flip it over on that second ball. Back row attack, Fredericksen. That goes into the net. Point Park. Park starting to run away with it at this stage. In this environment here, a big lead, 5-6 point lead. It's a dangerous time if you fall behind by that far. And because these teams, they play side-out volleyball. You don't have those lengthy runs. Park serves it into the net and a point for Midland.
You're absolutely right. If you get those lengthy runs, if you were fortunate, as Park did, got a 3-point on-service run back when Noura Meawad was serving, that's a substantial lead.
Outside attack on the Midland serve, hit over by Flint. Park is going to get it back. Gomez goes to back row, and Meawad puts it away. Nada Meawad with her 6th kill. That time a back row attack. It's 8-3 in favor of Park.
And the rivers parted for her that time. Went right between the block, had a lot of room, and that left the back row defender kind of isolated. The heat was coming.
Officials timeout. And I'm not sure what this discussion is about. The down official coming over to chat with the top official. Ultimately, it's a point for Park, 8-3, which is kind of what we knew. So not sure what this discussion or delay is about. Santos comes in to serve. Amanda Santos, senior from Annapolis, Georgia. Santos, a back row player for Coach Mike Talamenta's club. Peters throws it outside. Peterson tools it off the block for the kill. Taylor Peterson with her 6th kill. And it's 8-4 in favor of Park. Park trying to tie this match up at 1 set apiece. Columbia with a 10-6 lead over Viterbo in set number 2. Columbia leading that match 1-0. Gomez to the middle. Blocked back by Morehouse. Gomez will send it across. Midland gets control. Right side. Here's a swing from Fredericksen, and it goes wide. Point for Park. Park, 9-4 lead. Park has seen their attack percentage improve to almost 20% now. Midland's gone down to 15%.
Yeah, no attack errors here in this set by Park, and 3 attack errors versus 3 kills for Midland. Midland just, I think right now, is early, has to just be patient and hold their composure.
Park, Gomez, right side, Meawad, tools it off the block. That was Noura Meawad, her 3rd kill, 10-4, Park with the lead. And cruising right now, they got it going here. Gomez will continue serving, the senior All-American, the setter of the year last year in the American Midwest Conference, 2-time first-team All-Conference setter for Park University.
I think if you start pressing from the Warriors' perspective, you start pressing, that's when errors are going to start piling up.
And Park on the outside, hit attack by Roper. Dug up by Midland. They'll attack with Peterson. Diving save by the setter Gomez. Midland will get it back. Set up to Morehouse. Midland gets it back. Here's Fredericksen on the left side. Good save by Gomez again to extend the point. Peters, right side. Peterson down the line. Dug up by Montero. Overpass. Morehouse. Good patience on that play by the middle hitter, Sydney Morehouse. You get anxious by her, and that's when mistakes happen. You hit the net or you reach over, but Morehouse delivers it, the kill.
Well, exactly. I think from the Warrior perspective, you have to make Park earn their points. Don't give them points. Make them earn them, and if they beat you occasionally, you just set that one aside. But don't give them free points with errors right now.
Flint on the right side. Midland digs it up, and that attack is touched by Park. Midland with a point on serve. Skosendi back to serve for the Warriors. That's 2 in a row scored by Midland. Best run of the second set.
And that's what Midland needs to do, and that's what Park needs to defend against. Park wants to get another run and really put this thing away quickly.
And Midland will set up. That's on the right side. Smith dug up by Park. Meawad from the back row. Got it. Nada Meawad with the kill. 7 for Meawad. 7, and it's 11-6 in favor of Park.
Yeah, how often do you think that back row attack out of the middle is going to be some kind of power shot flying in? Not that time. Nice double block set up by Midland, and Meawad just took it softly over the double block and dropped it in front of the back row.
Rothaker, the freshman, serving for the Pirates. Cross court attack by Peterson. Dug up by the Pirates. They'll attack with Noura Meawad, and that goes down. Noura Meawad with her 4th kill. And Park with a point on serve, leading 12-6. And serving will be the freshman Rothaker. Rothaker's played in just 10 matches all season coming into the championship. And that one just missed out of bounds. Midland asking for a touch, and yes, it was touched. So Midland gets the point. Midland with the side out on the attack by Bear. Midland will serve with Wecker. 12-7. Park with a 5-point lead, trying to tie the match at 1 set apiece. Gomez in serve receive. Meawad on the right side, taken by Midland. Bump set by Russell. Right side Bear, dug up in the back by Montero. Here's Meawad on the left side, blocked at the net. Priscilla O'Dowd and a Cheyenne Smith with the double block, and a point for Midland. 12-8 is the score.
And in part, that's why Smith is in there, to really try and shut down Meawad.
And that serve goes into the net. Park with the side out, leading 13-8 in set number 2. The winner will advance to the national title game. Park won the national championship in 2014, so that would be their second appearance. Midland trying to reach that title game for the first time in program history. Serving is the libero Montero. Here's Smith on the right side, just goes long, and a point for Park on serve, 14-8, and serving will be Montero. Montero back to serve. Midland with a 1-0 lead. Columbia running away with it in set number 2, 17-10 over Viterbo, leading that match 1-0. Wecker in serve receive. Peters, quick attack, O'Dowd. Dug up in the back row by Gomez. And the attack from Meawad on the left side. Roll shot, Peters. Midland will be out of system. Smith on the right side. Dug up by the back row by Flint. That's Meawad. Midland giving chase. We got a net call on Midland. Point for Park. 15-8 is the score. And a timeout called by Midland. Midland calling their final timeout. Trailing Park 15-8. Park trying to tie the match at 1 set apiece. It'll be Montero serving, the junior libero for Park. Tough serve by Montero. Midland's going to have to send a free ball across. Here comes Park. Gomez with options. She'll go to the right side hitter where the one-on-one is, and putting it down is Noura Meawad, her 5th kill. Park starting to run away with it, 16-8, largest lead of the match by either team.
Yeah, that good example there of the tough serving. The pass was not in a position where Midland could attack effectively.
Midland will set up on the left-hand side. That is Peterson. She's blocked. Second effort dug up by Meawad. Gomez outside Meawad. Blocked by O'Dowd. O'Dowd and Smith once again with the block. Midland with a side out, trailing 16-9. Trailing by this amount, you got to think Midland just try to get the momentum back. I don't know if you can come back and win. You can. That is definitely possible, but momentum's such a big thing in volleyball. You want to try to get some moving forward. Another block in the middle. Morehouse, O'Dowd with the block. And another point for Midland.
And for as much success as Park has had offensively, one target right now for Midland would be to try and slow that down a little bit and let the Pirates understand that we figured out your offense as well, and we can deal with it.
There's a kill from Meawad again on the left side pin. 8 kills for Meawad. 17-10 in favor of Park. Noura Meawad back to serve. Noura Meawad, Nada Meawad, sophomores from Cairo, Egypt. And another point for Park on the overpass. De Oliveira puts it away, her 5th kill. And it's 18-10 in favor of the Pirates. Another serve coming from Meawad. Park from Parkville, Missouri, Kansas City area. Won their first 33 matches of the season, a loss to Columbia in the tournament championship match. Their only setback of the season. Looking at the scores, they have a lot of 3-0 wins, not a lot of multi-set wins. Outside attack by Bayer, and she puts it away. Bayer with her 4th kill. 18-11 here in set number 2. Park with the lead. Serving will be Bayer as Peterson heads to the front row.
That's part of what makes the tournament interesting, is that you got lots of teams coming in here with lots of 3-0 wins, and all of a sudden the competition has stepped up a little bit, and sometimes they're faced with the kind of adversity they haven't been faced with very much during the course of the year.
And a middle attack by O'Dowd. Priscilla O'Dowd with 5 kills to go with 3 blocks. 18-12. Park with a 6-point lead. Latter stages of this second set. Midland won the first one in extra time, 28-26. Montero spot on with the serve receive. Outside Meawad, dug up by the Warriors. Long run for the setter Peters. Outside Peterson, dug up in the back row by Flint. Back to Meawad. This time she'll tool it off the block. Oh no, they're going to call a double contact. Must have called a double contact on Park. 3 straight scored by Midland. 18-13 is the score.
Get a couple more and then get an immediate side out, and you're back right back there. But it is a long road still. Park comfortably ahead.
And off the block, and that's deflected by De Oliveira, who had the kill, but it deflected off of her back out of bounds. Midland strings 4 points together, and that's going to force Park into a timeout. 18-14 is the score. We're going to take a break. Back here at the Tyson Event Center, Park forced to use its first timeout of set number 2. Midland with 4 straight points. Best run by Midland in this second set, but they still trail 18-14. And a near ace by the Warriors. Hit outside Meawad. Dug up by Midland. Peterson finds an opening. Taylor Peterson with another kill for Midland. And the lead is down to 3, Byron, 18-15.
And when we talked about the pressures on individual teams, both these teams have felt this kind of pressure, the pressure of being ahead and the pressure of coming behind in a set. Both teams have come out of strong conferences, and they've seen teams with this kind of quality during the regular season. So both of them should be fairly familiar.
Here's O'Dowd on the slide, dug up by Meawad. And Meawad gets it back on the left side and puts it away. Nada Meawad with her 9th kill. That ends the 5-0 run by Midland, 19-15. Midland out of timeouts. Park has 1 remaining. Park has led the entire way here in set number 2. They're trying to tie the match up at 1 apiece. Outside, that's Peterson. Dug up in the back row by Park. Bump set. Hit over by Flint. Midland gets it back. Peterson gets another swing. Diving, saving a beauty by Montero. She's playing outstanding, and she'll send it high in the air and over. Free ball for the Warriors. Outside Peterson, out of bounds. Was it touched? No. Park with the point, 20-15 in favor of the Pirates.
I think the Warriors are finding that nice balance that they really need right now. Even though that resulted in an error, you can't just try and defend against errors. You have to take your chances. You have to be aggressive.
And Peters to O'Dowd on the slide, puts it away. O'Dowd with her 6th kill. O'Dowd with 6 kills, hitting over 400 here in this semifinal, 20-16 in favor of Park. And O'Dowd will go back to serve. Morehouse takes her place up in the front row, and a block at the net. Peterson with the block. Solo block for Taylor Peterson, and it's 20-17. Park with a 3-point lead and a timeout called by Park. Their final timeout. Midland will continue serving out of the Park timeout. Neither team with a timeout left. Gomez throws it outside. This is Flint. Blocked back by Midland. Back row attack, Meawad. Fredericksen can't dig it up. Meawad from the back row. 12 kills for Meawad, the two-time player of the year. She's outstanding for this Pirates team. 21-17 is the score. Pirates with a 4-point lead and control of serve.
And based on what we'd seen already in this set and a little bit in set number one as well, there wasn't any question that Meawad was still going to be an offensive threat from the back row.
Peterson with a big swing. That just finds enough room in the back. Peterson with her 8th kill. 8 kills from Taylor Peterson. That leads Midland. And it's a 3-point set, 21-18. Midland with serve. Go ahead.
Yeah, now Midland is not just troubled with the lead. It's with the lateness of the match, too. They've got to get something happening a little bit quickly.
Midland scrambling. Peters bump set. And that is Fredericksen on the outside. Puts it away. Fredericksen with her 3rd kill. And Midland as close as they have been in a while. 21-19. Peters serving. The setter Peters. Midland's got the 3 attackers up front. Meawad in serve receive. Gomez goes outside. That's Flint. Dug up by Midland. A chance to cut it to 1. Morehouse is blocked. What a read in the middle by Roper that time. She gets her 2nd block, and Park stays up by 3, 22-19.
Yeah, think back to set number 1. Roper was a force going down the stretch. Didn't end up with a Pirate win, but Roper was there and had a significant number of points in the end of that set.
Gomez serving. Here's Peterson on the left side, right side, dug up. Meawad from the back row, diving save. No, Midland can't come up with a second ball. Wecker gave it a good run. And a point for Park. They lead 23-19, 2 points away from tying the match up at 1 set apiece.
I tell you, Peterson got what she wanted. Open line, drilled it down the line, and Selena Montero just dug it straight up.
And Midland will send a free ball. Here is Roper out of the middle, and Roper puts it away. That'll set up set point, 24-19. Roper with another kill. 5 kills, 2 blocks for the middle hitter, Marin Roper. And serving for the set will be the setter, Gomez. Gomez down the line. Taken by Fredericksen, who gets it back on the left side. Dug up by Park for the win. Roper out of the middle. Midland giving chase. They will return it. Fredericksen over the block. Diving save by Meawad outside. This is Flint on the left side. Midland saves it. Peters underneath. Here's Peterson on the right. Dug up by Park. Another chance for the win. They'll go to Meawad. And down it goes. Park wins the 2nd set by the final score of 25-19. This match all tied at 1 set apiece. We'll talk about it after a media timeout. You're listening to the NAIA Volleyball National Championship on the NAIA Network via Stretch Internet along with ESPN3. 3rd set to get underway here at the Tyson Event Center. We're at the national semifinals. Midland and Park doing battle. The winner will advance to the national championship match later tonight at 7 p.m. at the Tyson Event Center. Glad you could join us for championship volleyball. Pool play started back on Tuesday. We are now in the semifinal and championship Saturday. Midland on the attack. That was O'Dowd, dug up by Park. They'll send it down the line, and it's good. Now to Meawad with another kill. Park takes a 1-0 lead. This semifinal is tied at 1 set apiece. Midland won the first. Park took the second. Here's the serve coming from Park. O'Dowd on the out in the middle, and a net call against the Pirates. We're tied at 1 here in set number 3. And back to serve will be O'Dowd. Midland has switched their rotation just a little bit. They moved it forward 1, 2 spots. O'Dowd's usually the 3rd server, now the 1st in this rotation. Out of the middle, that is Roper. Midland with an impressive dig again. They'll send it across. Here's Roper, another big swing. Midland sends it across again. Park will reload. They'll push it over. And down it goes. It was tipped at the net by Midland. And down it goes on the kill out of the back row for Park. They lead 2-1.
Yeah, bad break right there for Midland. Peterson making a really strong play at the net, tried to get that, and I think in the back row, Fredericksen had that one covered, but Peterson deflected it.
And here comes Midland out the outside. That's Peterson who puts it away. Peterson with the kill. She continues to lead Midland with 9 kills. And this third set is tied at 2. Midland will serve. It'll be Peters, the senior setter. Outside attack and a double contact called against Gomez. Gomez called for the double hit, 3-2. Midland with his first lead in set number 3. The Turbo trying to stay alive in that semifinal. 10-8 is the score against Columbia. Columbia leading that match 2-0. Meawad on the right side. Good dig in the back row by Russell. Here's Peterson on the right side, puts it away. Taylor Peterson in double figures with 10 kills. Midland out to a 4-2 lead here in the third.
And this is interesting. Peterson is hitting on the right side, and you have Fredericksen hitting on the left side. Morehouse is in the middle right now. And last night, Southern Oregon had a lot of success on the right side against Park. And so it's probably no surprise they're putting Peterson on the right side here.
Meawad with the kill. Noura Meawad with her 6th kill. Side out for Park. Park goes back to serve. 4-3, Midland with the lead. Serves one to the back, taken by O'Dowd. Outside, big swing from Fredericksen. Blocked back by Park, and a lift called against Midland. On the block at the net by Park. That was Oliveira, along with Nada Meawad. And we're tied at 4. Oliveira, 6'2 junior, middle hitter. O'Dowd takes the serve. And out of the middle, putting it away is Peterson. Peterson with another kill. That time they moved her to the middle. Peterson with 11 kills. And it's 5-4 in favor of Midland.
Yeah, ran that middle attack for Peterson well that time. Last set, they recognized it pretty early and they got her, but then this time Peterson went off the side of the block and got the point.
And here's a left side attack. Meawad, Midland digs it over and out of bounds. Another kill for Nada Meawad. 14 for Meawad, and we're tied at 5. Tied at 5 here in the third set. Serving will be Nada Meawad. You'll still hear her name. They're going to go to her in the back row as well. And Morehouse puts it away. Sydney Morehouse with her 6th kill. And Midland back in front, 6-5 as the teams trade points in the early going. This is Wecker back to serve.
Yeah, good example there. If Midland can get the pass and can run that quickly, both their middles, O'Dowd and Morehouse, can pick you up some points.
Outside attack, that's Flint, and she puts it away. Flint with her first kill. Alissa Flint, sophomore from Nixa, Missouri. All-conference player for Park, and we're tied again at 6.
Yeah, Flint doesn't get as much attention on the left side as Meawad does, but Flint's efficiency is quite high.
She played well last night in the win over Southern Oregon.
And over College of Idaho.
And Smith on the right side. She'll put it away. Cheyenne Smith with her 2nd kill. And the teams continue to trade points. I don't know if anybody has scored on serve here in set number 3. It's 7-6 in favor of Midland.
Park's got 1, Midland's got 2, but those are pretty early.
Midland will serve. Up by 1. Here's a serve from Fredericksen. Gomez outside. Flint tools it off the block for the kill. Alissa Flint with 2 kills here in the third set. We're tied again at 7. Back to serve will be the setter, Gomez. Gomez back to serve for Park. Gomez, cross court. Taken by Fredericksen. Slide to O'Dowd. Dug up by Meawad. Right side attack, Noura Meawad, and she puts it away. Noura Meawad with the 7th kill. And Park with an 8-7 lead, their first lead in a while here in the third set. The setter, Gomez serving. Wecker will dig it across. Park on the attack in the middle. Great dig by Fredericksen outside. Here's Bear down the line. Park will return it. Wecker, we got a player in the net against Park. Park called for being in the net, and Midland with the point. We're tied at 8. Tied at 8. It'll be Bear back to serve for the Warriors. Bear, a two-time all-conference selection in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. And Park on the left side, punched over by Fredericksen, and that spells trouble. Marin Roper greets it at the net with authority, and Roper with her 7th kill. 9-8 in favor of Park.
And sets have significant contrast to them. Boy, early on in set number 1, both teams were having trouble breaking 100 for kill efficiency. Now both teams are over 600.
Outside Peterson, overpass. What do we got? We got a Park point. Park with a point on serve. 10-8 on the error by Midland. And back to serve will be Rothaker.
Now the signal was back row attack that time for him on Midland.
Rothaker serving. Here's O'Dowd out of the middle, and Priscilla O'Dowd puts it away. 7 kills for O'Dowd. Back to serve will be the senior middle hitter, O'Dowd. 10-9. Park with the 1-point lead in the third. The Turbo starting to pull away from Columbia in set 3. The Turbo needs that set to stay alive. In the other semifinal going on simultaneously. Outside, Meawad tips it. And Midland can't get it. The linesman said that hit the ground. So Meawad with her 15th kill. Actually, the official stats have her down for 18. So I'll add some tallies on my sheet. 18 kills. She's hitting 43% in this match. 11-9 is the score. And the libero, Montero, serving. Back row attack coming by Fredericksen. Park digs it up. Here's Meawad on the right side. Dug up by O'Dowd. Park will get control. Park gets it back. Meawad again. Dug up by Fredericksen. Joust at the net. Out of bounds. Asking for a touch. No. It'll be Midland with the side out. I believe, yes. So Midland with the side out. It's 11-10 in favor of Park.
A little bit of anxiousness on the part of Noura Meawad on the right side on that second attack. She really wanted to nail it, and it just carried along.
And De Oliveira set up in the middle. She'll hit it out of bounds, and Midland has come back to tie it at 11. Tied at 11 in an important third set. Match tied at 1 set apiece. Peters serving for the Warriors. Gomez outside Meawad. The block is there, but Meawad just too tough right now. 19 kills for Meawad. Tools it off the block. And it's 12-11. Park back in front.
Now the real advantage for Park right now is that Nada Meawad, the person that you want to carry you in the match, it's easier to get the ball to her than it is for Midland to get the ball to their ace.
And Park will send a free ball across. Russell outside. Here's Fredericksen. Roll shot. Dug up by Park in the back row. Gomez outside Meawad. She'll swing it again. Dug up by the Warriors. Fredericksen on the outside. Hits it over the block, but out of bounds. She kind of had to roll that one over the block because the block was there, and Fredericksen hits it out of bounds. 13-11 in favor of Park. Park with the 2-point advantage. Meawad will serve, and an ace. Haven't had a lot by either team, just the second for Park. And Park with a 14-11 lead. Timeout called by Midland. And we are going to take our first break. Timeout, Midland. Park with its first real run of this third set by either team. Park has opened up a 3-point lead after it was tied at 11. A 3-0 run by the Pirates, 14-11, and Midland forced to use their first timeout.
And both teams are still very efficient. They were up above 600 in the early going, but they're both still well above 300.
Midland in serve receive. Peterson on the right-hand side, and that ends the 3-0 run by Park. Taylor Peterson with 12 kills. And it's 14-12 in favor of Park. Peterson, junior outside hitter from Auburn, Nebraska. He's second-team all-conference selection. She's been dynamite here in this morning matchup. Scosendi serving. Montero with the pass. Meawad on the attack, dug up by O'Dowd. This is Bear. Dug up by Park. They'll attack in the back row by Meawad, and she puts it away. That was Noura Meawad with the kill. She's got 8. Soon to join her sister in double figures, I suspect. 15-12 in favor of Park.
That was a nice play by Park, going to the back row to Noura.
Serve taken by Russell in the back row. Here's Morehouse, sent back by De Oliveira, outside Bear. And that's going to be 4 hits. Didn't clear the net, and a point for Park. Park extends the lead to 4, 16-12. Midland has used one timeout, not going to use one here, and Meawad back to serve for Park.
I don't think Coach Gieselman can let this go on too much more without using another timeout, although he has been substituting to slow the game down as well.
And that attack is good out of the back row. Meawad again. She's got 20 kills, and we're just in the third set. Park with another point up, 17-12.
Yeah, control out of the back row is just outstanding for her. It's not, like we said earlier, it's not just that single shot. That time she really tempted the blockers. They got their fingertips on it and just tipped it over the head of Russell.
And Bear on the left side, sent back by Park. Now Park will get it back. Gomez, back row, Meawad, tipped at the net by Midland. Peters has it. Morehouse tries to send it over, and a lift called against Midland. Another point for Park. 18-12. They have outscored Midland 7-1 since it was tied at 11, and Coach Paul Gieselman is forced to use his final timeout. Park with an 18-12 lead. Big run here for the Park Pirates, pulling away in this third set. So Park with a 18-12 lead. This match tied at 1 set apiece. For Coach Mike Talamentes, go to that huddle. What are you saying to the Pirates?
You're saying we got them 12-18. Just keep doing what we're doing. We don't have to change hardly anything, and certainly keep your composure if Midland starts to make a little bit of a run. I've got a couple timeouts. I'll help you out. But you're a veteran squad. You know how to close this out.
Midland out of the timeout, setting up the right side to Smith. Outside by Flint. And Midland's not going to be able to dig it up. Flint with another kill, her third in this set. And it's 19-12 Park. Coach Paul Gieselman encouraging his team. They're out of timeouts. It'll be Meawad back to serve for the Pirates. Meawad serving. And an ace for Nada Meawad. Her first ace and third of the match for Park. Park starting to run away with it here in the third.
And this is getting dangerous for the Warriors, not just because they're likely to drop this third set, but their players' play is falling off a little bit, and they can't afford to have that happen as they go into the fourth set.
And here's the attack by Midland, dug up by Park. They'll go to a slide to De Oliveira. Quick attack, Morehouse. Park digging everything up for the moment. Midland will get it back. Bump set by Peters. Outside, Bear. Left side again. Meawad with the pass. And Gomez is going to buy some time. Here is Bear on the left side. And Park's not going to get that one. Jenny Bear with her 5th kill. And Midland with the side out. 20-13 Park, however, with a 7-point lead. And back to serve will be Wecker. Mackenzie Wecker, 2-time all-conference player. In the back row for Coach Paul Gieselman's club. Wecker serving. And that's an ace. There's one. Mackenzie Wecker with an ace serve. The second ace of the match for Midland. It's an easy one, Byron. You'll take them when you can get them.
Take them when you can get them. And, again, when you have that big lead and you're in the back row, you get to make some decisions. If you're wrong, it doesn't hurt your team a whole lot.
Back row attack, Meawad, and she'll put it down again. 21 kills for Meawad, hitting at 44%. She's been set 43 times. Viterbo with a win over Columbia in the third set, so they're going to a fourth, 25-20 in the third. Heading to the fourth set over on court 1 in that semifinal. Our score here is 21-14 Park. Midland trailing in serve receive. Bear on the left side. Dug up by Meawad. Gomez underneath it. She'll set up Roper. And she'll put it away for the kill. Marin Roper with her 8th kill. And Park stretches the lead to 22-14. 22-14 for Park. They're hitting at 45% here in the third set. They came into this match leading the field, hitting over 300. And you've seen that hitting percentage climb in each of the first 3 sets. Here is Park. They'll attack from the back row. Midland will grab it. Wecker, Peters, here is O'Dowd. She'll tip it. Dug up by Park. They'll go back to Roper in the middle. Dug up by Russell. Bear, roll shot, dug up by Park. Gomez outside and close to the antenna. Midland will get control. Bear into the block. Got it. Jenny Bear with the kill. Her sixth. Midland wins the long rally. 22-15 in favor of Park.
And that change rotates O'Dowd to the front row. So now Midland will have Bear, O'Dowd, and Peters in the front row.
And Midland will serve. This will be Fredericksen. She'll crank on the serve. Back row attack, Meawad. Midland, diving save. That was Wecker. What a play by Mackenzie Wecker. And Gomez will set up in the middle. Hit over by Roper. Midland back to O'Dowd. Blocked. One-on-one. Roper wins the matchup there. Her third block. And Park with the hard-earned point, 23-15.
Oh, that was such a pretty play by Roper. She went up. O'Dowd really believed she had a shot off of Roper's right side, and Roper just moved the hands over and got him in position without moving her body.
And another point for Park. And they will serve for the set. 24-15 is the score. 24-15. Serving will be the setter, Gomez, to bring it home for Park here in the third. Wecker in serve receive. Peters throws it out to Bear. Bear cross court, dug up by Montero. Midland will get it back. O'Dowd on the slide. Blocked back by Park momentarily. Russell will take second ball. Fredericksen from the back row. Running over to get it is Montero. Here is Meawad. Dug up by Wecker. Joust at the net. Midland will send it across. Park gets control. Gomez. Meawad on the right side. And that's going to do it. That is Noura Meawad. Clinches it for Park. And Park wins the third set. 25-15. They take a 2-1 lead. Be back to talk about it after a break. You're listening to the NAIA Volleyball National Championship on the NAIA Network via Stretch Internet along with ESPN3. Park now with the advantage in kill efficiency, 26% compared to Midland 16%. And Park led by the All-American Nada Meawad by 22 kills, 44 attacks, just 2 errors for the sophomore.
And it's those 2 errors that are really impressive. I mean, 22 kills is impressive, but 2 errors. She hasn't made any mistakes, and when she doesn't make mistakes, that puts an enormous amount of pressure on the defense for Midland. So basically, if you look at it in that picture, she's gotten 22 kills. There's 22 times she didn't get a kill, only 2 errors. That means that Midland has had to have 20 defenses of her, and they're having trouble trying to figure out how to defend her. Even out of the back row, they're having difficulty figuring out what the defense is going to look like.
Serving will be Mackenzie Wecker for Midland. Midland facing a must-win here to force a 5th set and extend their season. They've been here before. Last night they trailed Lindsey Wilson, the defending champion, 2-0 and came back to win that one in 5. Park off a kill from Noura Meawad, her 10th. Park with a 1-0 lead as we start this 4th set. Montero will serve for Park and head coach Mike Talamentis. Midland will set up. That's Bear. Blocked back by De Oliveira. Midland will reload. Hit over by O'Dowd. And it's Meawad again. That was Noura Meawad. 11 kills. She joins her sister in double figures. 22 for Nada. 11 for Noura. And Park leading 2-0. Another serve coming from Montero. Park, the 2014 national champion, trying to advance to the title game once again. And Midland with the successful attack. It's 2-1. And coming in to serve will be Fredericksen. Midland has been in the semis once before. Lost in 2016. And here comes the serve from Fredericksen, trying to advance to their first ever national title game in volleyball. Right side Meawad. She'll tip it down for the kill. Meawad with the kill. And it's 3-1 in favor of Park. Meawad back to serve. That is Noura Meawad.
You do not see a whole lot of tips, soft shots, and so forth coming from Nada Meawad. But you see a lot coming from Noura Meawad. And I think Midland has to adjust to that particular difference between the sisters.
And this is Noura Meawad serving. Taken by Midland. Peters to O'Dowd on the slide. Dug up in the back row by Flint. Hit over by Meawad. And an overpass. Joust at the net. Midland will send it across. Here's Meawad again, and she'll bring the hard stuff. Nada Meawad with another kill. That is now 23 kills for Meawad. And a point for Park as they open up a 4-1 lead in set 4.
You cannot have a break between your primary and secondary blockers there. If there's a hole, she's going to take it through.
Here's Bear on the left side. Taken in the back row by Flint. Gomez will set up Nada Meawad from the back row. Peters sets up Midland. Bear, left side, blocked at the net by De Oliveira. And another point for Park. Park really taking control at the net, taking control of this match. Midland's season in balance right now. Down 5-1. Here's another serve from Meawad. Midland will try to dump it. Dug up by Park. Here's the slide to De Oliveira. Blocked back by the Warriors. Back row attack. This is Flint from the back row, and that's good. Alissa Flint with her 4th kill. Park really has multiple options, all effective right now by the Pirates, and Midland will use their first timeout. 6-1 is the score in set number 4. We got to take a break. Back here on court 2, we are at the 2018 NAIA Volleyball National Championship. Midland forced to use a timeout, their first. They have 1 remaining. Park University out to a quick 6-1 lead here in the 4th set. Midland trailing the match 2-1. A missed serve by Meawad, and Midland gets the point. 6-2, Midland will serve. This will be Bear serving for the Warriors. Warriors down 6-2 early in the 4th. Meawad on the left side, sent back by Midland. Gomez will throw it back out to Flint out of the back row. Blocked back by Midland. Here's Meawad over the block. Midland gets control. They'll be out of system. They'll throw it outside to Peterson, and she's going to tool it off the block. Taylor Peterson with 13 kills to lead Midland and a point for the Warriors.
Now, timeouts at this point, I think, are not so much about adjustments, because I don't think a team can throw anything at you that you haven't seen already. Perhaps if you're not defending something quite right, you could have a small adjustment, but mostly it's about emotion. Can you get your team emotionally back into the contest?
And Meawad on the left side puts it away. Double block was there, and a little shot making there for Nada Meawad to tool it off the block, and down on the Warriors side. 24 kills now for Meawad. She'll drop back to serve. Taken in the back row by Russell. Peters goes to O'Dowd, and that is touched by Park, and O'Dowd gets credit for the kill. O'Dowd now with 9 kills, 6-4. Park with a 2-point lead.
And if you're Midland, you're going there. There's plenty of time, but the issue we talked about earlier is that it's so hard to dig into a substantial lead because of the ability of the teams to side out like that right there.
Park with the side out. Successful attack by Meawad from the back row. And back to serve will be Santos. Santos back to serve for the Pirates. Up 7-4 in this 4th set. Trying to win it in 4. Midland trying to force a 5th. And there's an ace. Santos with the ace serve. That's her first ace. 5th of the match overall for Park. And the lead is extended to 8-4.
And that's the other issue. It's not just the other team can side you out. It's once they do, they are capable of picking up the point that you just won.
And here's Midland on the left side. That goes out of bounds. No touch, and another point for Park as they extend the lead to 9-4 in this 4th set. Santos will continue serving for the Pirates.
Work at the net by Park now is outstanding. They're just forcing some really tough shots by Midland. That a tough shot down the line, drifted wide.
Peters setting up the Midland Morehouse. The double block is there. Putting it down is the middle hitter Roper along with Alissa Flint. And timeout called by Midland. Midland calling their final timeout. Trailing 10-4 here in the must-win 4th set for the Warriors. Park in control, up 2-1, leading 10-4.
Interesting to see how these two coaches really do trust their players and the leading players on their team. If we have a back view of the court from our vantage point, and oftentimes you'll see service designation as to where you should be serving the volleyball coming from the coach or from an assistant coach on the bench. In the case of Park, it's coming from Nada Meawad. She's signaling behind her back where she wants the serve to go. She's done it a couple of times in the front row.
And play resumes here. It'll be Santos coming out of the timeout, serving for Park. Midland will have it. Here's Peters on the slide to Morehouse, dug up by Meawad. Left side attack, hit over by Alissa Flint. And Midland back to the attack, and another block at the net. Blocked by Roper. Roper with another block. And Park extends the lead to 11-4.
So you've got this 4-point run right here. An ace, an error, and 2 blocks account for the points by Park.
And Morehouse is blocked again. Roper with another block. And Midland can't seem to return it right now, and it's all because of Park at the net. Roper doing an outstanding job blocking up there at the net.
Yeah, front row is Peters, Morehouse, and Peterson.
Peterson on the outside, dug up by Park. They'll send it over with Flint. Peters to Morehouse, dug up by Meawad. Meawad from the back row, tools it off the block. That is Nada Meawad again. 26 now for Meawad. 13-4 in favor of Park.
Fredericksen is looking for the ball in the back row on an attack. She's preparing herself. Peters hasn't gone back there yet.
Here's another serve from Santos. Outside, Peterson. Cross court, down it goes. That hits the floor. Taylor Peterson with 14 kills. 13-5 in favor of Park. Impressive run by the Pirates with the serve from Santos. And some outstanding net play. Marin Roper along with Meawad. Here's a serve from Peters. That's Gomez. Setting it to Roper. Midland digs it up. Here's Peterson on the right side. No touch. Point for Park. 14-5 here in the fourth. Park now just 11 points away from the match and advancing to their second ever national title game. And this is going to be number 8. 15 serving? No, it's Gomez.
15 points.
Gomez serving. Gomez with the serve, and a side out for Midland. Midland with the serve after Gomez. This will be Skosendi serving. 16-5 says the score on here. Should be 15-6.
Should be 15-6. Yeah, it's 15-6 now.
Yep, now they corrected it. Skosendi back to serve. Skosendi serving, taken by Montero outside. This is Meawad over the block. Midland will get called for the carry. And a point for Park. 16-6 is the score in favor of Park. Park with the side out. Coming to serve will be Rothaker. Rothaker back to serve. Freshman. Taken in the back row by Russell. Hit over by Morehouse. Park with it. Outside. Meawad. Big swing. Down it goes. Meawad got it through the double block. 27 kills for Meawad. And the run continues. 17-6 in favor of Park. Park hitting 41% here in set number 4. And here comes the serve from Rothaker. That serve goes long and a point for Midland. Point for Midland, 17-7 is the score. Warriors with the side out. Wecker back to serve. Wecker back to serve. Mackenzie Wecker, a senior. Pretty good senior group here for Midland. And Wecker will serve. 3-person serve receive. They're going to go to Montero. Overpass, and that's put away by O'Dowd. Priscilla O'Dowd now in double figures. That's her 11th kill for the Warriors. And Midland with its first point on serve in a while, 17-8, they trail.
Yeah, O'Dowd will be in front row the next 3 rotations. You got Smith on the other side.
This served by Wecker. Park with the point, 18-8 in favor of Park. Back to serve will be Montero. Montero back to serve. Montero will serve the libero, 2-time first-team all-conference, co-defensive player of the year in the American Midwest Conference. And it's hit over by Bear. Park digs it up on the slide to De Oliveira, and that goes down for the kill. De Oliveira with her 6th kill. And the lead is 19-8 in favor of Park. 19-8 is the score. Serving will be Montero. Montero back to serve. Midland in serve receive, taken by Wecker. Right side Smith. Dug up in the back row by Park. And on the right side, Meawad puts it away. Noura Meawad with the kill. And Park just rolling right now, 20-8. Anything they do is successful at this point.
Yeah, they offensively, they're just absolutely clicking. Defensively, Midland's having a hard time finding the dark brown floor.
And that one is blocked by Park. Park with another point, served by Montero, 21-8. And Park just cruising now. 4 points away from the match, 4 points away from advancing to the title game tonight. And O'Dowd out of the middle, dug up in the back row by Flint. Here is Meawad on the left side. Left side kill for Meawad, 28 for Meawad. That's got to be a championship high for this tournament. We'll have to check what the record is in the break during a break. 22-8 is the score, and that serve just misses by Montero. Montero misses the serve. 22-9, Midland with the side out. But 28 kills for Nada Meawad, hitting 500 in this match.
And again, 7 errors and 5 kills for Midland. They just haven't been able to get anything going offensively at all because of the pressure at the net in this set from the front row of the Pirates.
Right side attack, Meawad. Midland on the slide to O'Dowd, blocked down by Meawad and De Oliveira. And now it is a 23-9 score. 2 points away from the match. Serving will be Noura Meawad. And she'll float on back as an ace. Meawad with the ace serve, match point coming up for Park University, leading 24-9.
Well, that really dipped at the end. It looked like it was going to kind of float well deep and dipped at the end and caught the line.
Match point coming up for the Pirates. Midland, Jessica Peters puts it away. Nice play by the setter. Jessica Peters, tough ball to handle. And she puts it down for her 2nd kill. Still match point number 2. Over on the other court, Columbia has just beat Viterbo. Columbia advances to the title game tonight at 7 p.m. Match point here, taking the back row by Flint. Meawad, left side for the win. Midland will scramble and they'll send it across. Here comes Park. Back out to Meawad for the win. Got it. Nada Meawad with her 29th kill. That kill puts Park into the national championship game, their 2nd ever championship appearance, and they will take on a familiar rival from the American Midwest Conference, Columbia. It is a 2-3 matchup tonight between Columbia and Park. That's set to start at 7 p.m. We got to take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up here. You are listening to the NAIA National Championship from the NAIA Network and Stretch Internet, also on ESPN3. Park University from Parkville, Missouri, advances to the national championship match tonight at 7 p.m. with a 4-set win over Midland. Park dropped the first set 28-26, but Park came back to win the final 3, 25-19, 25-15, 25-10. Park advances with a 35-1 record. Midland, their season comes to an end at 26-8. By the numbers, Park hit nearly 30%, led by Nada Meawad with 29 kills, 14 for Noura Meawad. Got 53 assists for Danna Gomes. In the back row, 18 digs for Noura Meawad, 21 digs for Montero. Midland led by Taylor Peterson with 14 kills. Priscilla O'Dowd with 11. 36 assists for Jessica Peters to go with 14 digs. And Fredericksen had 15 digs for Midland. But it was Park ultimately winning it, and they will advance to the national championship match where they'll take on number 3 Columbia, a team that they know well, a team from the American Midwest Conference.
And in a sense, this is going to be the rubber match between these two teams. They met each other in the regular season. and Park won both of those contests in the regular season. And then coming into the conference tournament, Columbia won at Park in the conference tournament 3-2. So now we're going to have a neutral set match here between Columbia and Park.
Park led by Meawad, and we talked at length about Nada Meawad, but she was just outstanding. I've watched a lot of volleyball, called a lot of matches, but 29 kills for Meawad, that's impressive.
Oh, it's really impressive, and the 500 kill efficiency was markedly impressive. Just didn't have hardly any errors, especially going down the stretch. She didn't have very many errors. So as you look at it, she had 29 kills versus only 2 errors on the entire afternoon. And you figure you got to make a mistake sometime or another, but she just wasn't doing it, and that really gave Gomes a place to go on almost every point. She either had her on the left side or she had her in the back row. So she was either the primary or clear dominant secondary attacker.
Tonight's championship match will be at 7 p.m. on ESPN 3. And that's going to wrap this up for this broadcast, the semifinal part. Congratulations to the Pirates as they advance to the national championship match taking on Columbia.